Hello, everyone. Welcome to Creativity with Jennifer. I'm going to give everybody a moment to get on. I know it's Father's Day, but I wanted to come on. If you're not able to join, I understand, but you can always catch the replay. But I wanted to come on and do a little crafting with you and share some updated things that is getting ready to go on with Creativity with Jennifer. So I'm going to give everybody a moment. I'm going to get my desktop pulled up so you can see what is going on, as well as if any comments come in, I will be able to see those as well. I hope everyone has had a wonderful and blessed Sunday. It is June the 15th. It is Father's Day. So I hope everyone has had a wonderful Father's Day today that's celebrated with their family and loved ones. I have kind of been a quiet backside today, as I do not have my dad, and but I did go visit his grave, as well as spent some time with my husband, because one of our children is working tonight, so we didn't get to do Father's Day, and the other child is in Orlando with the granddaughters for a volleyball national tournament. So we have postponed Father's Day today for our guys, and then we will celebrate one day next week that is available for everybody's schedule. So I am here tonight to do some crafting and to share some upcoming things with you, as we've got some things going on. I'm getting ready to flip the camera so we can get started. I wanted to, come on. Wanted to get the punch out real quick. Sorry about that. So we are kind of getting ready. I will be live tomorrow. Do not forget. I am so excited for those that got the stamp camp, virtual stamp camp. I do have a couple of packets left over. If you are interested in stamp camp, join me tomorrow at 7 p.m. I am going live on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 7 p.m. to do the virtual stamp camp. And for those that got their kits, I hope you're enjoying your products, and I cannot wait to craft with you tomorrow. Again, I do have some packets left over from the virtual stamp camp. If you were not able to get yours in, join me tomorrow at 7 p.m. right here, and I will share with you how you can get the stamp camp packet as well. I do have a few left over, and that way you will be able to get yours and be able to go back to the video and watch it, because I won't have time to get it in the mail for you. But please do come join me tomorrow for the virtual stamp camp, 7 p.m. I'm so excited about the projects. We will be doing 2 cards per day for the next 3 days. So join me 7 p.m. tomorrow right here. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get it turned over, as I know a lot of people need to get back to families, and I get that. So we need to do our summer promotion. Please don't forget about that. If you are... I've got a summer promotion going on between June, July, and August. Make sure you get involved so you don't miss out on the grand finale in August. So summer promotion is, you can enter it in 3 different ways. You can place an order online. You can attend a card class. And then, no, it's only 2 ways. Place an order or attend one of my classes. Now, when I say classes, that is either in-person class or one of my virtual classes. And there is another class coming along that ties in with tonight that I wanted to go ahead and give you a sneak peek, because join my email if you are not already on that, because in the morning, you will be getting an email with all the details about my craft-along. My craft-along is going to be the last Thursday of the month, and I can't recall the date, and I did not bring my calendar up here. So let's see if I can get it on my desktop real quick, if I can get a calendar pulled up. Let's see. But we're going to do a craft along using the stamp bundle that I have got today for tonight's class. And I will share with you some of the goodies that you're going to get in your packet. So this is going to be really fast in turning around because I did not get the information out last week. So it is a fast turnaround. You're only going to have probably 4 days to register. And then I have got to cut it off and get it on order. So make sure when you see my email tomorrow, if you're interested in the craft along class, that will be on Thursday, June the 27th. No, June the 26th, excuse me. June the 26th will be the craft along. So make sure you get on the bandwagon, guys. You don't want to miss that class. It's going to be lots of fun. All right, so summer promotion, either purchase one of my online classes or attend a in-person card class, and you can place an order with me on my online store. Call me, text me, email me, and I will be more than happy to help you with that. All right, let's turn the camera around, and then we are going to get started with tonight's project. As I know everybody needs to get going, plus we got work tomorrow, so let's flip the camera. All right. And I promise I am going to figure out, I don't want all this stuff in my video. All right, so we got that out of the way. All right, so we've got one name in the bucket, so make sure you get your name in the bucket, guys. So I need to add Nancy, and then I need to add, I got a couple that I need to add tonight. Now, this is going to be a running tally until August. And then we're going to do a drawing. And because I've decided, because August is my birthday month, we are going to do lots of drawings in August. So it's not going to be one big one. So you will have multiple ways to earn this. And then I've got Mary. Okay. Let's see. Who else do I need to put in here? Oh, I need to put Ella. Okay. And then I need to put Judy. So thank each and every one of you so far that has taken part in the summer promotion. So these are the drawings that we've got to do. Also, we have got a drawing that for my spotlight video. So we need to do that as well. We did Saturday is Spotlight Saturday. And I had 2 people that did that for me, that made a post yesterday. So we need to do the drawing for that. Let me pull that real quick. I'm actually going to take these names out of the pot, and then we're going to use the same bucket. And let's see who the 2 were that did the... Okay, so Norita, she shared her project that she was working on over the weekend. And then the other one is Katrina. All right. And for this drawing, you are going to get a pack of the Time for Celebration Mix and Match Infirmary Pack. So this is going to be an infirmary pack, and it's going to have different punch outs in it. All right, so this is for sharing your projects that you worked on for the Spotlight Saturday. All right, so let's go in the pot. Here is the name. Yay, Katrina. Congratulations. You are the winner of the Spotlight Saturday. So I will get these out to you in the mail. Let me grab a piece of tape real quick and put your name on this so I do not forget it. I will get that in the mail to you, Katrina. Congratulations. All right, so now let's dive into our drawing. Let me put our summer promotion guys back in here. All right, I got you all back in there so you won't get missed out. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight. I am having so much fun being with each and every one of you. And if there's any questions throughout the video, please make sure you make a comment, and I will be happy to get with you to answer your questions. All right, so tonight we are going to be using the Terrific Toadstools stamp set and the punch. Excuse me. So this is the Terrific Toadstools and the punch. Now this is the bundle that I will be using for my craft along that is going to be on Thursday, June the 26th? Yes. So this is going to be the bundle. You will be getting the registration information tomorrow, if not tonight. And then make sure you join, because in this, we will be doing 6 cards. And you will get the supplies to do 2 of each of the cards. And then remember back in January when we had our celebration going on, you will get a half a pack of the Toadstool Garden 6x6 designer paper. So you'll get a half-ish pack of the paper. And then if you want the Terrific Toadstool Bundle, you can add that to your registration as an add-on. And that way you will be able to do the cards as the same. Because with the craft along, I will provide you all the cardstock. You will already have a half a pack of the designer series paper. And then I won't be able to do any of the stamping. So that would be, you would need the stamp set and the punch if you wanted the cards to look exactly like I did. But again, look out for the email. If you're not on my email, join my email. I have the link in this video so you don't miss out. All right, so the pack of paper, I've got a half of a pack here that I've been playing with, so I can go ahead and show you some of the designs. So here is part of it, and then it's front and back. And this paper is from the celebration that was in January. So it is currently not available, but I have extra packs that you will get a half a pack of this. Hello, Cheryl. Welcome. So this is a half of a pack, and I'm going to show you the designs. So you will get a half a pack of this, and it's front and back. And this is for the craft along that is going to be going on June the 26th. And this is the other pack. And then there's more to it, but because this is only a half a pack, we don't have it all. But that'll give you an idea of what's going on. So let's get a stamping, and then just keep in mind that this is going to be the Craft Along June the 26th. And then you will get a half a pack of that paper and then all the supplies to make the projects. Now, the projects that we're making tonight will not be part of the Craft Along. All right, so here is card number 1. And then here is the card number 2. So those are the 2 cards that we're going to make tonight. And I'm so excited to do this with you tonight. I thank everybody for being here with me, giving me the support and encouragement. If you enjoy what you're watching, please make sure you click the like button on my video, as well as make sure you follow my page so you don't miss out on any upcoming events that is going on. And then share my video with others, because that does help me grow my business, and I truly would appreciate that. All right, so we're going to get started. I got to grab my basket. Hold on 1 second. I've been at a retreat all weekend, and I forgot to get my tools out of my other basket. I've been cleaning my craft room today, trying to get organized, and there's just some things that you forget. All right, so we're going to take our cardstock. This is Melon Mambo cardstock, and we're going to go ahead and fold it where I have it scored. Also, with the Craft Along, you will be getting a PDF written instruction tutorial, step-by-step instructions. So you can do this with me as I am crafting online, or you will be able to do it at your time frame that benefits and works for you. But I am going to do 2 cards tonight just to show the product, and then I will get all the information out for the Craft Along so you can get registered, because it is going to be a fast Craft Along. It is going to be a fast registration, so I can make sure everything gets out and to you by next Thursday. Hello, Dora. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. All right, so we're going to just put a piece of our basic white cardstock on the inside here. And then on the outside, we're going to take our basic black and go ahead and put our adhesive on. You can use, you can use tape runners, or you can use the liquid glue. I am currently using our Stampin' Seal Plus. This is what Stampin' Up! Does sell. And then we have a regular Stampin' Seal as well. All right, so we're going to put our basic black down. Hello, Karen. We're going to put our basic black down. And then we've got our Designer Series paper. And I am going to just line this up. I want to make sure it's all cut right. And I don't have the measurements off the top of my head, but when I go back and edit the video at the end, I will make sure I put the measurements of this card in there so you can have all that. All right, so there is the layout. So it all matches. It's all good to go. So we're going to go ahead and put our tape on the back here. And then we're going to just adhere it to our, get up there. We're going to hook it to our basic black cardstock. And hopefully I can put it back. I did it perfectly the first time, so we shall see if I can get it back on there. You know how that goes, right? All right, so then we're going to stick this one right here. Come on. All right. And then we're going to take this strip and we're going to put here. And again, the designer paper that I am using, it is from our Sale-A-Bration 2025. It was for January and February. but I'm displaying it tonight because I have a craft along Thursday, June 26th, and you will get a half of a pack of the paper. So that is why I'm sharing it with you, is because I will be doing a craft along, and I want you to be able to have the paper with you as you go to craft. Guess what? I am out of adhesive. So let's see if I have another. Oh, come on. Let's see if I have another one behind me. Why does that always happen? And they're all over at my other table. How about that? All right. Otherwise, I would not be using discontinued items, because I like to use current product, because if you see something you like, I want you to be able to enjoy as much as I get to enjoy things. So, but if you sign up for the craft along, you will get this paper line, so don't worry. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I am going to take my 2 3/8 circle punch and take a piece of the black designer series paper, and we're going to punch out the circle. And if you're not familiar with our circles, if you turn your punch over, you will be able to see exactly where you're punching. And that's really important if you had already stamped on that. That way you would see where you were punching. All right, so now we're going to stamp our mushroom on here. And we are going to be using, let's see, what are we going to use? We're going to use Mellow Mushroom, and let's see, what color did I use? It looks like I used gray granite, maybe, or basic gray. Let's see, does this tell us our color in here? Nope. All right. I am going to say, no, that ain't basic gray. Let's see. Let's go with this one, because I don't see the one that I wanted. Smoky Slate. All right, we're going to stamp it in gray granite, and I'm talking about stamping this stem. So let's try the gray granite first. And if we don't like that, then we're going to go with the Smoky Slate. Just stuck my hand in that Melon Mambo ink pad. I knew that was a mistake in leaving that right there. All right, let me get this off of my finger. Hold on, guys. All right. Let's see what this looks like now. We got to get our punch out, our stamp. Let's see. Let's use this one. And let's go here. And this one that we're going to stamp is the gray granite. Okay. That's the gray. Let's see what the Smoky Slate looks like, because that looks very light. That's very light. Let's see what gray granite. Smoky Slate. This is going to be Smoky Slate. I like Smoky Slate better. So let's do Smoky Slate. Now, what did I do with the punch? There it is. I believe this is the one that I will be able to punch out if I can get it cut to where I can get to it. All right, let's see what we got here. Should be able to get that right up under here. Yeah. Okay. So I'm lining it up just right along where the stem punch goes. And because my paper's too short, I don't have anything to hold on. That's why I'm using the scissor tips. All right, so let's see what we got. There is our stem. That looks good to me, guys. All right. So now, let's do our mushroom top. Now, I have learned to stamp upside down. So when you go to put this in your punch, it comes out right. All right, this. And now this is going to go in the Melon Mambo. Oh, I love that. All right. So Melon Mambo. Now I got to cut that piece off. So when I go to line this up now, it's going to match the punch. But if I had stamped it right, then it would, you could use the punch, but it's awkward to punch out. So I just rather do it the way I did it. And that way it's clean, it's one shot, and it's good to go. All right, so there is our mushroom. Now we got to do our sentiment that's on here. And let's go ahead and close up this ink pad. I would go ahead and close up the Melon Mambo, but I needed to stamp my sentiment. But in the process, I need to cut our tag. And what did I use for the tag? I did about 2.5 by 1/2. So the tag itself is going to be 1/2. Let's see, hold on. This is going to be 2.5 by 1/2. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see. All right, so we need our sentiment now, and our sentiment says, "You are magical." So let's use that, and let's say, "You are magical." And we're going to do that in Melon Mambo too. And that goes directly on here. Awesome. All right. So then I took my snips and I made a banner basically. So I just cut that, and then I'm going to take this and just make my banner. And then do the same thing on this side. Okay. Perfect. All right, now let's finish up this card and get our mushroom together. We are going to go ahead. I'm going to actually use, let's see if I can use this liquid glue. It was clogging up on me the other day, so let's see if I can take my stick pin and, ouch, and unclog it. There we go. All right. So we're going to take our top part of our stem here, and we're going to put that on here. Okay. And then we're going to turn this around, and we're going to put it right there. So that gives us our mushroom. Oop. Sticking to my fingers because I got that glue on them. All right. Get that off of my table so it don't get everything sticky there. All right, so we are going to use, yes, I did. Okay, wanted to make sure I used dimensionals on my mushroom top. So I did a mushroom, and I always use just a tip. To get the better use out of all of it, I go around on my dimensionals and I cut that side border off because those are dimensionals as well. It's just the outside of our thing for the dimensionals. There's no need to waste it. So I use that. I try to get every bit out of it that I can. All right, so let's go ahead and stick that on just like that. And then, yep, we did the same thing with our sign. We did dimensionals on our tag. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do 2 different ones for this. One on each end of the banner. And then we're going to peel the back off. Come on. I love our green glue, but I tell you what, when it gets on your fingers, it is hard to do anything else with it. All right, so we're going to stick this going straight across here. And then that was also put on with dimensionals, so we're going to just do 2 little strips going right down the back, and then this goes in the center of the card. Okay, and then we need to put our embellishments on. Let's see. Trying to find. Oh, snippy. What are we gonna use? Do you know? I'm reading Dora. Do you know if they made? No, they do not. This is the only green glue, or we call it green glue, but this is the only Tombow as a point. Now, we do have another, I think I want to use these. We do have another adhesive, let's see if I can find it real quick, that it does have a thinner point on it. It's crystal something, I believe it's called. Hold on. Now, I know. Give me a second. Let's go to our index here, because I know we've got that. And let's go to adhesive, page 112. Let's see if it's not there. Okay, so Dora, in the catalog, if you look on page 113, up at the top of the book, it's called Fine Tip Glue Pen. And that does have a very, very fine point on it. I'm talking very, very fine. So on page 113 is called Fine Tip Glue Pen. I used to have one. Let's see. I did have one on my desk. I will, after the video, Dora, I will find it and take a picture of it and send it over to you. Okay? And that way you can see it in a picture. Also look in the catalog. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yep. On page 113 in the catalog. All right, so let's put our dimension, our embellishments on our card. These are called the low profile dots, and we're going to do this one. We're going to put a big one right there, and then we're going to do 2 small ones. Okay, and then we're going to put one right there. All right, so there is card number 1. All right. Now, let's move on to card number 2. And this one is card number 2. So we've got the Granny Apple Green. We've got Basic White. And I took the Basic White. We did not decorate our envelope, so we will have to go back and do that in 1 second. Totally forgot that. So we'll do the envelopes at the end. So I have the Granny Apple Green cardstock, and then I have the Basic White, and I have embossed it using our Eyelet 3D embossing folder. And then I've got 2 strips. Come on. I got 2 strips of the Designer Series paper that we will need, and then a piece of the Granny Apple Green and the Basic White for punch outs. So we are going to go ahead and take our 2 3/8 circle punch, and we're going to just punch out of the designer paper. Remember, this designer paper is from the Sale-A-Bration, but I am sharing this because I do have a craft along class next Thursday, and you will be able to get a half a pack of this paper if you place your, if you register for the class. All right, so then we're going to take the 1 3/4 punch, and then we're going to punch this one out. Thanks, Karen. Okay. And then we're going to take our Granny Apple Green, and we're going to punch out we are going to punch 1 1/2 out of the Granny Apple Green. So that is 3 punches. You've got 1 1/2, 1 3/4, and 2 3/8 for the punches. All right, then we've got our scrap paper that we need to stamp our mushrooms in. All right, so we're going to take this, and we're going to stamp the stem in the Crumb Cake ink pad. And then we're going to do mushrooms and Melon Mambo and fresh Freesia. All right, let's see. And then I'm also going to emboss on this card. All right, so we're going to do Crumb Cake for the stem. And I am going to just stamp these, and then I'm going to just fussy cut it out. All right. We're going to stamp 2 of the stems. All right. And then we're going to just fussy cut these out real quick. All right. And then we're going to do this one. All right. I just love this stamp set. I was glad that it did carry over, and I do love this designer paper. So if you did not get it during Sale-A-Bration, now is your time that you can grab it, because you will be able to get it. You will get a half of a pack with this class, so don't miss out. All right, remember I said stamp upside down for the mushrooms. So we're gonna take Melon Mambo. No, wrong ink color. Hold on. We're supposed to stamp the big one in Fresh Fuchsia. All right. And then we're gonna just stamp it right onto the page. Oh, that's so pretty. All right, then I got to get another block here. And then we're going to take the other mushroom. And this one we're going to do in the Melon Mambo. Listen to me. Oh, my goodness. All right, and then we're going to stamp that one right there. Perfect. Okay, so now we need to take our punch. And let's see if we can do this. See, I didn't stamp that upside down. You see what I'm saying now? It's hard to do that. So let's do this. Same thing with that. I did not stamp them upside down. So let me cut this off. We're going to turn the paper around, and then we're going to make it pop this way. All right, there's that. And now we're going to have to do the same thing with this. We're going to have to take it and stick it upside down. So we're probably going to need to cut that top piece off. All right. Perfect. All right. Now, that is everything that we need for our card. We do need to do our embossing, so we'll get that done in 1 second. Let's get this, let's get the ink pads here. Oh, I need the basic white because we are stamping, well, let's see. Hold on. I was looking for, says you are. I must have that on another block because I'm not seeing it in my stamp set. Oh, okay. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I see what I did. So you are is on here. So what we did is we took this You Are Magical, stamped it out like that. But then we took our snips and we are going to cut Magical off. And then we just want You Are. And then we're going to cut this very low. And then I'm going to put a banner on this side. I should have stamped it differently, but it's okay. We'll make this work. Okay. And then we've got to emboss our You Are Magical. So let's get those out of the way. And then close up all these ink pads. They're starting to make me a little nervous having so many open. Because, you know, ink pads can get very, very crazy when it comes to cardstocks. Let's get the punches off of the table. Just trying to make room so I can see what I'm doing and so you can see and it's not so cluttered in the workspace. All right. Now, okay, so we're ready to assemble our card. We do need to do our embossing, like I said, so we're going to do that now. We're going to take the embossing powder and do just like we did with the UR, but we're going to take our embossing buddy and we're going to wipe over to get the static out of our cardstock. We're going to take our Versamark and we're going to stamp Magical. And you can use the edge of your stamp pad as your guide. So we're going to just stamp Magical in. And then we're going to stamp that right in the center of the card. All right. And then we're going to pour our embossing powder over this. And then you're going to shake it off. Just trying to get that little bit there off. And I want to put just another coating on it. And don't worry about taking it all off because it needs to be thick. So you get that great image of it. I'm just knocking off the extra on the side. Now I'm going to take the heat embossing tool that sounds just like a hair dryer. So give me a second. And since that is a little piece, woo, I should have used my tweezers to hold it. Hold on. Should have done that in the first place. Okay, we'll cut that off and let that just sit a second. It is ready to go. Let's see. All right, let's take this then and go right in, back in the container, because you can use this on other cards. You don't have to throw your embossing powder away when you get done with it. Just put it in your tray and then put it back in your container and it's good to go. So we're going to just put all this back in here. And I just keep my buddy, it's called the buddy, and you just keep it in the paper to keep the white powder from getting everywhere. All right, so there's that. Now we're going to assemble our card. And we are going to take our embossing folder and our adhesive, and we're going to run it across. Keep in mind doing it very lightly, because with a 3D embossing folder, if you press too hard, then you will condense your 3D image and it won't have the effect of the 3D that it's supposed to. So I'm taking my bone folder and I'm running it across the top there. And now I'm going to take my card base and we're going to line it up. That is not cut correctly. Hold on, guys. Hold up. There we go. Yeah, I got... That was not cut right because it wasn't going on there right. Now that looks better. All right, so we're going to put that down. We are going to go ahead and put our circles of our designer paper down. And we're going to just stick them on randomly. There's no certain way that I put it down. I'm just going to put it just like that. Now we are going to take our mushroom. We got to have our glue again. All right, so we're going to take our stem and we're going to put the glue on the back of the stem, and then we're going to stick the stem right in the front of this card. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing with our other mushroom. Uh-oh, did I do? No. Yes, I did. All right, let's take that off. I should have put it on the back. And then sticking it right in the front too. All right, now we're going to pop these up with dimensionals. And I don't know what happened to my sheet that's running out, so here are some real dimensionals, so we'll just use those this time around. And this is going to go right up here. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing with this one. We're going to put dimensionals. Let's do 2 on this one. Okay. And then this little boy is going to go right there. And then we're going to put 2 on the back of there. Okay, and then we're going to stick this right there. And then the UR, we're going to just put some glue on the back. And then that goes right there. All right. So now the last thing we need to do is take our Black and Very Vanilla ribbon, and we're going to wrap it around the card, and we're going to take it and do the inside of the card. And I just learned that this ribbon is on the last chance list. So when it runs out, it's going to be gone. I'm so sad. This is one of my favorite ribbons that we have. So we're going to take this then, and we're going to tie a bow right up here in the top corner. Hopefully tie a bow. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. Yep. And then I'm going to make it a smaller bow. Good gravy. I don't know what I'm trying to think here. Got a big old bow right there. We want it to be just a little smaller. All right, and then we're going to work with our tail here and get it to come down. And then we're going to take our snips and we're going to just snip it. And I am doing it kind of in a V point. And finally, we've got to put, well, I was going to do the embellishments, but we done moved them. And now I done lost them. Oh, geez. There they are. Like, I just had them. All right, so we're going to use these. These are called the low profile dots. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put one there. And then we're going to do a small and then another small. Let's do it right there. So there is card number 2. Now, we need to do our envelopes. So basically, we need to do both of our envelopes. So what I was going to do with the envelopes is I'm going to just stamp the mushroom on them. We could do the designer series paper on them. And then we could just stamp the mushroom. So I'm going to just go with stamping the mushroom. You know what? Let's stamp our top of our mushroom first. I'm going to do Melon Mambo just because that is one of my favorites. So we're going to stamp Melon Mushroom. And we're going to do that. Guys, I did that sideways. OMG. All right. Make sure your envelope is turned correctly. Jeez. No, we cannot use a sideways mushroom. I'll have to figure out how to do that. But for tonight, we're going to get a new one and start over. And then we're going to turn this a little sideways there. The mushroom is going to be turned sideways, not your envelope. And then we're going to stamp directly onto the envelope. And we're going to stamp the stem on it. All right, let's get the ink off of the table. Holy moly. Look at me. I am just making a mess. All right. Done deal, guys. Done, done, done. Let's close these up and then I'll get the 2 cards out. If you are interested in this tomorrow, make sure you look at your email because I will be sending out all the information on the craft-along that we will be doing, so you will be able to receive this product to make yours as well. Now, the craft-along will have different cards. These will not be included in that. It will be a whole different bundle of cards that we do for craft-along. All right, join my email, guys. Share my video, like my video, and follow my video. And if you're watching me on YouTube, if you have not already clicked that subscribe button, if you could do that as well, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, guys. Oh, and also, I forgot a name that needs to go in our bin. I need to put D in our bin because D placed an order and D attended card class. So let me put D in my list so I do not forget her because she was my, we did a class together the other night and it was so much fun. All right, so where's my ink pen? I lose more things, I tell you. Let's write her name. And, ooh, this is pretty peacock, my favorite color. We're going to write D in. So she goes in the bucket too. This is for the summer promotion. Summer promotion is from June, July, and August. And at the end of August, we will be doing lots of drawings for door prizes or prizes. And the way you get in here is purchase classes online, attend a card class, or place an online order, and your name goes in the summer promotion bucket. All right, guys, I will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. with the virtual stamp camp. I am so excited for that. Go ahead, for those that got the kits in advance, go ahead and make sure that you have your designer series paper cut and ready to go for class so you can do it along with me. If you did not sign up for it, come and watch us, because I do have a few extra packs for the virtual adult summer camp, and I will be able to tell you how you can get those kits as well. All right, guys, see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Thank you so much.